Alright, we've logged into Blackboard. On the SDW tab, I can see the courses that I'm a teacher in. Where it says classes where you are a teacher, these are the courses that I can build and edit. So this is where you would look for your course. If you're a 7th grade social studies teacher and you don't see your course here, it's because that course has not yet been created for you. You'll need to contact the IT help desk or one of the instructional tech coordinators to set up a course for you. Once they've done that, your course will be listed here. I'm going to go to my sandbox class, which is just a place for me to play around in. I can see the name of my course. Nothing has been set up in this class yet. So in this video, we're going to take a look at where you start fresh from a brand new course. I can see the name of my course. I can click on this little arrow and I can see a list of all my classes. So I could go from one class to another, but for now we'll just stay right in here. I have edit mode turned off right now. If I turn edit mode on, I see some more options. One thing that showed up was this little plus sign. In this plus sign, I can add items to my content menu. This black area here has nothing in it right now. I'm going to want to add things to it, and there's a couple different ways that I can do that. I can click on the plus sign. I can add a content area. I can give it a name. Let's say I just want to add Unit 1. And I can decide how I want to set up my course. I might as well make it available to users right now so I don't have to go back later and do that. Click Submit. And now Unit 1 shows up with a little box. The little box means that I haven't yet built anything into Unit 1. The next video is going to show how we can start building things in. Right now I just want to show how we can set up sort of a course outline or a course structure. So again, the plus sign, content area is what you'll want to use mostly when you're adding content to your course. A module page is where you can add things like announcements, maybe a blog, a wiki, a discussion board. That has to do with how you manage your course, how students use your course. But the content area is where we build the bulk of our course, where we put our stuff in our course, our content. Now we do have some other options. Down here in the customization, you can go to the quick setup guide, and here you can see a place where we have course structures or class structures. And we could go through this quick setup guide and select a class structure, a pre-made template that would include all sorts of things, really depending upon the way you teach and the type of course you're teaching. I have a long list of possibilities. I'm going to cancel out on this because we can always come back to it. We also could go in customization to teaching style, and we could do the same thing. We could go through the list of ready-made templates. Let's say I wanted to see what lab format looked like. I was a science teacher in a lab course. The lab format would look like this. Over in this area of my course, it would build in these pre-made tabs where if I click on hypothesis, this is going to be where students can respond to each other's ideas. If I click on lab supplies, this is going to show what type of readings, assignments, instructions are available for each lab. If I'm not teaching a lab science course, I'm not going to use this course structure. In fact, you don't have to use any course structure at all. You can make a custom course completely by using the tabs, the plus sign, and adding your own pages. You can add tool links to the various tools like announcements, blogs, and wikis right from your course menu, discussion boards, all sorts of things. So we can always come back to the teaching style and select a course structure at any time. We can add it to our course at any time. So for now, it might be a good idea to maybe go back in your Blackboard course, back in the course design section where it talked about course structures. The course structures was in this third page here, and it went through and talked about course structure, gave some examples of various course structures. Here's the Blackboard default structure, would have these items. There's an activity course structure that would look like this. And there are all of these course structures. You can click on these links and get a detailed description of what each type of course structure is like. Course structures, again, include things that are specific to the way you teach your course. You can always add a course structure later on. You don't have to do it right now. The most important thing at this point is to have an idea of how you want to lay out the content in your course. In this Blackboard course, the content was laid out with a Getting Started page, which you've already seen, a course design section, a building basics section, and some more things that haven't really even been built out yet at the time of recording this video. So once again, at this point, the most important thing is to look into how you want to lay out the content of your course. You can always go back and add course structures later. In the Building Basics section, when we get to this module here, Course Construction, Creating Course Areas for Content, this is where we're going to want to start building our course. And we'll take a look at that in our next video.